Hey guys, welcome back to Cinematic Venom. Now, I always said that I would never do one of these. But you know what, I'm just going to try it because this is kind of something different. And today we're going to be talking about Halloween. Now, first of all, I just want to, if you're new to the channel, I just want to kind of go over my history with this series. For those of you who don't know, in October I do 31 videos, quite a big deal. So this is a rare instance. Well, I'll be talking horror when it's not in October, but the trailer for the new Halloween movie dropped today. Actually, while I was at work, people were sending me the link, and I've not watched it yet. I'm saving it to watch it with you guys for the first time. So basically, backstory: Halloween 1978, masterpiece. I do think it's like slightly overrated because there are parts where the acting's a bit pants. Second one, Halloween 2, I do think is actually not great. I think it's decent. There are some really scary moments in there, but I think it gets overlooked because it's not as good as the first one. Halloween 3, I think sucks. I reviewed that last year. Not just because it doesn't have Michael Myers. I just think it's a bad film. Halloween 4 is great. Halloween 5, I think, is the best sequel, actually. Yes. In Venom Month of Horrors 2, I plan on doing a defense video of Halloween 5 to explain why I like it so much. I think it's an underrated gem. Great film. Halloween 6 is a mess. It's all over the place. Just very, very sloppy. I can still kind of watch it and enjoy it, so I guess it's a guilty pleasure, but it's just a mess. H2O, which is part 7. Decent. I wouldn't say great. It goes back to the suspense and thriller side of it. I just wish it didn't erase 3 through 6. And then Halloween Resurrection is god-awful, but Busta Rhymes makes it strangely entertaining. So because of Busta Rhymes, it kind of goes towards the guilty pleasure side. The first remake, Rob Zombie's Halloween, is okay. The backstory stuff was unnecessary, but it's okay. Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie is an abomination. I consider it the worst remake ever made. I mean, people say, no, it's not a remake, it's a sequel, but they remade Halloween 2 with the first 20 minutes, so it counts as a remake, okay? And then we come to this. You know, this is actually the series that got me into horror. And as soon as I saw them, I was addicted. And I consider this the definitive horror series because, you know, I like Saw, but they're all basically the same film, which I can also rule down to Nightmare on Elm Street after part 3. Whereas this one, every single entry tries something different. Even if you don't like what they do, even if not a lot of it works, it at least tries something new, and I think that's what makes the series unique. You know, it's not just it's not Friday the 13th is very much the same film 12 times, whereas Halloween tries something else. Now, with this new version, as far as I know, before I go into this trailer, I think it's a direct sequel to part 1. I think it even erased part 2, which is weird. So by that logic, surely Michael fell off the balcony, vanished for 40 years, and now he's coming back to stalk Laurie, because part 2 is where we found out that Laurie was his sister, which doesn't make much sense to me. Now, I'm not entirely opposed to them doing another one. Personally, I would have loved them to erase part 6 and H2O and Resurrection and done a sequel to 5 with Danielle Harris coming back. I think that would have been a great film, and continue that. Because in this one, she has another daughter. It's not Jamie Lloyd. It's a completely different character. And Danielle Harris wasn't even asked to come back. So we're just going to go into this trailer and let's just see what happens. For the record, the more I hear and find out about this, and, you know, the more I was learning that Laurie Strode's in it, different daughter, retconning 2 through 8, I have no hopes, and I am pretty sure this movie is going to suck. But because I love the franchise so much and I love the series, I will go to see it in cinemas. I will. Like I went to see Jigsaw last year. I'm going to go in with an open mind and see what they come out with.
Testing 1, 2, 3. We're on.
Oh no, they're not going to do him in prison, right?
We're here to investigate a patient that killed 3 innocent teenagers on a Halloween in 1978.
You waited 40 years.
And has spent the last 40 years in captivity. Hello, Michael. I have something you might like to see.
Okay. So this sort of, so it retcons part 2 because he gets blown up at the end of part 2. But he escaped. Part 1 ends with Michael being... He's gone. He escaped. So how is he in captivity? And 40 years before they decide... Oh, let's just carry on.
She was almost murdered.
Wasn't it her brother who murdered all those babysitters?
No, it was not her brother. That's something that people made up.
You know, the filmmakers, yeah.
That he would escape.
What the hell did you do that for?
So I can kill him.
40 years.
The bus crashed.
Mom, what bus crashed?
Michael escaped.
It's just... Like, I know... Well, I don't know personally, but, like, being in a situation like this, sure, it must be very traumatic. It's been 40 years! Why would you be this obsessed after 40 years? I don't quite understand it. Like, I've read books where people were held captive for, like, sex traffickers and stuff like that. Like, very sexual predators, and they managed to get out and the person's locked up and everything. They've not had this obsessive, vengeful, obsession with them. I don't quite understand that. And Michael, it took him 40 years to escape. Like, they took him on a bus and he's escaped. Why did it take him 40 years? It's Michael Myers. I know you've retconned the other ones. You know, you took a little jab at the directors of, you know, it's not his sister. They made that up. I mean, I don't know if that's to throw us off, and in the movie it turns out it is actually true, but this was a scene in This is a scene in H2O. Okay, that's creepy. The mask looks like shit.
He's waited for me.
Why is... If he's not your fucking brother, why has he waited for you? It must be a brother. There's no way he's not a brother. This is a stupid twist in the trailer. It's a brother. But even then, 40 years. Michael, how old is he? How old is Michael? I know he waited like 15 years in part 1, but it was like 21 in the first movie. Michael's gonna have a fucking Zimmer frame and a walk. Come here, Laurie, I'm gonna get you. The mask looks terrible. Just the plain white mask looks scary as hell. You don't need these scars and blood scratches all over it, man.
Can you close the closet door?
Okay. That was creepy. Thoughts? To me, this just looks like the remake. And what bothers me is that John Carpenter has stated, like when working on this film, finally somebody gets it. Finally somebody understands Michael Myers. And he wasn't happy with the remake, but this just looks like the remake. A couple creepy moments. As a standalone film, it might be alright. Because like Rob Zombie's Halloween was an awful remake, but as a standalone film it was okay. It just feels underwhelming. Like, we waited this long for a new Michael Myers film. I don't know what I was hoping for. Well, I know I was hoping for a sequel to 5, but you know. Let's just end it with this awkward silence of disappointment.